Welcome back to Wayne TV. I'm Joel Gilley. I have some very special guests with me today. Sherry Archibald, of course, is no stranger to the show. Here in a little bit different capacity today.
Yeah, I'm excited too. This is one of my favorite events of the year.
And then we have Miss Susie Akery, who's with Literacy Connections. And goodness, it's been a while since we've talked about this.
Yes.
And we are excited to say that Reading Between the Lines is back.
Yes.
And it's in person again.
So,
yeah, go ahead, tell us all about it.
Absolutely. So, yeah, after last year, I'm sure we're not alone, and many nonprofits had to cancel their signature events, and we were no different. We did do a virtual airing of it, but it's not the same. This event is an intimate event where friends gather over good food made by local gourmets and listen to an author entertain us. And you can get up close and personal with your friends, with the author, and just have a really good evening together. So we miss that. We're glad to be back. And the way we're doing it this year is by partnering with the Paramount Theater. That way we can social distance if we need to, if things change. We have that flexibility. We just weren't quite ready to go to a homeowner and say, hey, can us and a couple hundred of our favorite friends come into your home? So the Paramount is a perfect venue for us to be able to bring this back to an in-person event.
Yeah.
So yeah, October 2nd, we will be in person.
It's going to be here before we know it.
I know,
She's
right?
flying by.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is we've talked about this every year when our group gets together to try to make plans and to find the author. Is, hey, have we thought of, let's think about the Paramount, because it's such a great venue for being able to hear storytelling and talk about, what a book can really mean to you. And so we've talked about it year after year, but we always go back to this intimate feel. We love being in people's homes and them sharing, their lawns and just being able to come together under a tent. So it is so nice. But this really, it was the perfect fit. So it does give us the permission. When you've got 500 seats, if we have 100 tickets sold, we can still have some distance if we need to.
Absolutely.
It's going to work out well.
Hats off, by the way. I've got to say, hats off. Even though you did have to move to a virtual option last year, the virtual option was great.
It was
Thank
great.
For anyone who
Thank
saw
you.
the virtual option last year, it was really well put together. It was it was like an hour long, right?
It
I mean,
was,
a production.
absolutely. It was a production.
Yeah.
So hats off on that, because I
Has
know
some
that's not easy to pull off.
It was done really well. And this team, Literacy Connections, they do such a great job. And this has been a perfect event. It's so much fun. It's grown so much in just such a short period of time, really.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad we're going to be able to keep it together.
Absolutely.
We're celebrating 10 years this year.
Really?
Yes, the event
Congrats.
is 10 years old.
I was trying to think about how many years, and I was thinking, is it 7 or 8? Oh my gosh.
It is 10 years
Time
old
flies
now.
when you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And this committee that works to put this event on is not just Literacy Connections. Sherry's been with us right from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I was on the committee before I even worked for Literacy Connections. That team just clicked, and we've stayed together, and we all know what we need to do and to make it happen. So we're grateful for all of our committee that pulled together.
So I know it's been going for 10 years, but for someone who has never heard of this event, they've never been to one, explain kind of how the evening goes. What's the gist of it?
Sure. And I think that's what I was going to go to next, is thinking about who the speaker's going to be. We always, we're looking out for that author, and it kind of sets the tone of what the feel is going to be. And year after year, it just is some divine intervention, because it's just the right setting for what we need. I love this. Bland Simpson is this year's speaker for us. So he'll be, sharing his message from the stage. Former performer from the Red Clay Ramblers. I don't know if he's still touring.
Still is,
so he's still at it. But he is so used to telling stories, and he's used to being able to do it to music. And so this is just the perfect fit for, I think, for the Paramount, for him to share his message. So typically we're in a home, and so we're able to hear from an author in a very up close and personal feel. 100 people under a tent sharing, hearing about what the author was thinking when they were writing the story, all of those different things. And again, it all just depends on the author.
Yeah.
And so here, Bland is so famous for his storytelling. And so one of the things I think that I was reading, just refreshing myself on the website that I love, is thinking about how this transition happens from storytelling to writing. So for anyone who loves books, who loves to read, who loves storytelling, who loves music, who wants to just support the need for literacy in our community, this is a great event for you. It is a fundraiser, so it is $60 a ticket, and so it does help support. They do a great job with this event every year. but it is $60 a ticket, and it does include, of course, everything. And the food is always fabulous. We have local chefs.
Yes.
But they do such a good job. We've thought
really
about
do.
having it catered, but it's just perfect to be able
why
to
do
have
it?
local folks who it's their way of dedicating themselves also to the event.
Complimentary wine, hors d'oeuvres are all part of
Yes.
that ticket price.
Yep.
I want you to talk a little bit, being from Literacy Connections, talk a little bit about the Literacy Connections mission, what you guys do for people who aren't
Absolutely.
familiar, and how this event benefits that.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, so Literacy Connections is a United Way partner program agency, and we have two programs that they fund there. It's the Adult and Family Literacy and the Bank on Wayne program. Both of those programs address different things. So the Adult and Family Literacy, we're really working with adults 18 and over in the community who don't read well. To put it in its basic programs, explanation. What we do is bring in tutors, train them, and they partner one-on-one with an adult who's learning to read to help them make that progress to accomplish their goals. So it may be to go on to Wayne Community College and get their GED. But do you know that we have over 21% of our adults in Wayne County who don't read at a level where they could go to Wayne Community College
Glad
yet?
you said that. 21%.
Yes.
Because so often, I'm fortunate that I can read and write well.
Yes.
But not everyone has that luxury.
Not everybody does. They need this one-on-one work to get them to the level so that they can go and enter the GED program. And we all know what a GED does to open up doors for being able to
Absolutely.
work. So this is an important first step, and we're glad to be there to do it for them. We can meet them where they're at and then introduce the programming that they need.
Yeah.
So the Bank on Wayne program's a little bit different. We're dealing with people's personal financial well-being in Bank on Wayne.
Which is something that they don't teach in high school that they really ought to teach
They
in high
really
school,
don't. I can't tell you how many people have come in and they don't know what a credit score is.
Yeah.
A lot of people have destroyed their credit at a very young age, college or whatnot, and now they want to move on buying bigger things and they can't because 7 years
balancing
seems
a
like
checkbook still a thing?
Yes, we do cover that
Okay.
too. Absolutely. And the dreaded term of budgeting. And we Lee Hulse can make budgeting a fun and useful tool like nobody else.
Wow.
So,
So
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. And people's pride when they can accomplish that and be able to get the things that they want in life. So those two programs are very active, important work that we do at Literacy Connections. And this fundraiser is our signature fundraiser to be able to give us the money we need to be able to have the flexibility to help the students right where they're at.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So of course this author is a North Carolina author, so you got that local tie there. Now, do people need to do any homework before they come? They need to read the book. Read a book.
No, he's going to
Do anything.
entertain them
Okay,
like
okay.
nobody's business. It's going to be a really fun time. They
Awesome.
may want to purchase the book, and they
Yeah.
can do that by going to our website. We've got a direct link there
Okay.
to purchase that book, bring it with them, and then he can autograph it.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Right? I did want to mention something that the Paramount's going to do for us that's really cool. They are going to stream the event. So
perfect.
if
Wonderful.
there is somebody who's on the fence about whether they want to come into the theater, they can, for $20, live stream the event to their home,
Perfect.
sit there in their jammies with their own bottle of
Yeah.
wine, and we will mail them an autographed book plate
Oh, cool.
from the author.
Cool.
So, yes, that's
That's
fantastic.
a deal there.
Yes,
I mean, goodness.
absolutely.
I love that.
So we're glad to offer that option as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So for people who are looking to buy tickets, the website, the best place to do it. Do they do it through you guys or through the Paramount?
So if they go to our website, they'll see all about the history of the event.
Okay.
www.literacyconnectionsofwaynecounty.org. But they also will be redirected to the Paramount to buy the tickets. So if you
Perfect.
just want to cut to the chase and get your tickets, go right to the Paramount website.
But I do encourage you to check out the Literacy Connections website, learn more about the program and all the good stuff that you guys are doing. Okay, is there anything else important that we need to talk about?
So the gourmet treats this year are
Ooh,
still
yeah.
going to be by the same people who have brought them. We will not be laying them out for everybody to take from though,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Hashtag COVID.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag unfortunately COVID. We're going to have them individually wrapped for everybody. They'll
Cool.
be able to take them into the theater and enjoy them in the theater during the show, or they can take them home and enjoy them afterwards.
Awesome.
So, but we will still have them.
Again, it's October the 2nd, starts at 7 o'clock. get your tickets now because they will sell out. I mean, this
Yes.
event has not been in person in over a year now, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's kind of the nice part about events coming back in person is I feel like they just sell out much quicker now.
They do.
That's true.
Hey, Joel, I forgot to mention
Yeah.
one thing. I really need to tell you about Bland's wife, Anne.
Okay.
She's coming as well. So what's special about that is the two of them have collaborated on their books, the 3 books,
Really?
and now on their 4th book. The 4th book is coming out in October, so hot off the press. She's the photographer.
Really?
And so
Aw.
her artwork is going to be featured at the event up on the big screen.
Yeah.
So people can see that along with Bland sitting at the piano, entertaining us with his stories and
Little
music.
power couple going
So
on here.
yes, it's going to be extra special because she's going to be there.
Cool.
And that lady is much more than a photographer. I mean, I have to look at my notes to make
Yeah.
sure I don't undercut her. But she is, let's see, she's on here. And she's the strategic planning consultant for nonprofits at the Raleigh-based Moss and Ross, immediate past board president for the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, and has served as board chair for North Carolina Sea Grant, and 17 years as an associate dean for development at UNC School of Government.
Wow.
This lady has done it, and
Yeah.
she's going to be here right along with Bland.
That's really
so an
interesting.
extra special bonus for our guests.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we left out?
I
Other
think we
than
covered it. We're looking
get
forward
your
to
tickets
this.
now.
Get your tickets now.
Literacy Connections of Wayne County. You can find them online, Facebook as well.
Absolutely.
You'll find the links to everything. They're easy to find. And get your tickets for Reading Between the Wines. It's going to be here before you know it. And I'm not kidding. Like October is going to be here tomorrow.
You were right.
So go ahead and get your tickets early. A great evening of fellowship, some good food, some good wine, and you get to hear from a great North Carolina author.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies, anything else?
Thank you
We
so
got it.
much.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Joel.
thank you.